Good morning, everyone. We are here at DayMet Credit Union, and it's been a while since we've done a live video, so we're excited to be back and be sharing some important information with all of you. So Rene is here with me today.
Good morning.
We're going to talk about some fraud scams, ID theft, and ways to be sure to protect yourself because it's getting worse and worse out there with different scams that are happening. So Rene, you talked about, to me, some pop-up virus scams. So can you share a little bit of information about those?
Yes. So a lot of times people are on the computer and they may get a pop-up scan saying your computer has a virus, call this number or click this link. Super important to not do that because Microsoft and Apple are not sitting out there running scams on computers connected to the internet. That is simply a scam. You have to be very careful to only contact known providers if you get a pop-up scam, because more than likely all they're going to try to do is plant a virus on your computer. So do not click on links that are in pop-ups or emails. Don't click on links that are attached to those things, and don't call numbers that are attached to those things. If you're afraid you have a virus, number one, you should always have a virus protection software on your computer if you connect to the internet. If you're not sure how to do that, you need to reach out to a computer professional like at Best Buy or Geek Squad there. Different other smaller places do it as well. But you should always be using an active virus scan on your computers. But do not answer those pop-ups. Do not click on those numbers or call those numbers or click on the pop-up email addresses, because generally speaking, those are going to be scams.
Okay. Other things. Identity theft issues, breaches, things like that have been happening.
Yeah.
What's been your experience lately?
Identity theft is probably never going to stop. It's something that the scammers are getting more and more versed in. We've had people that have had unemployment claims filed in their name and social. They didn't get the money, but they got notified that they were a victim. We've had a few of those. We even had an employee who had that happen to them. So it's very important that if you get notified about something that you did not do, like unemployment benefits or even some kind of loan deposit that you don't recognize, if there's something that you are not aware of that involves your identity, make sure you check it out. Mm-hmm. There's lots of resources available. I have resources, and I'm available if you have a question about identity theft. We can put protections in place to help make sure your account is safe, restrict access as we need to until we make sure you're 100% protected.
Okay. Prize winnings, right? That's a hot topic. Yeah. You get notified that you've won a prize or a gift card. Talk a little about that.
So if you get notified that you've won a prize, if you are told that you have to pay to get those winnings, it's going to be a scam. IRS is going to want their money if you win a big prize, mm-hmm. but they're going to collect it out of the prize winnings. They're not going to make you prepay some kind of benefit to get the prize in your name. We have people that have fallen for that send off money, and the prize never materializes and you're just out the money. And unfortunately, once you've fallen victim to that kind of scam, I feel like they share information within the scam circles, and mm-hmm. you will be tapped again. So if it sounds too good to be true, it is. Do not send money to someone because you've won a prize. Do not send them gift cards because you've won a prize. And you should never, in any circumstance, get a gift card and you be asked to scrape off the number and send them a picture of that card. Once you've done that, the funds will be swept off of it before you can even get back home. So it's very important that you know that, if it sounds too good to be true, it's not. You're not going to get prize winnings of $500,000 just by paying a fee to someone to broker that for you. And you should never think you won a prize for a sweepstakes or lottery you didn't enter. It just is impossible to win if you've not played.
Right. So big red flag is do not send money in order to claim your prize. If Correct. You are asked to send money ahead of time before getting your prize, it is probably a scam.
Yeah. And if you're not sure, ask.
Sure. Yep. Rene is always here to answer your questions about fraudulent scams. Anyone here at the credit union, if you reach out to one of our tellers, they will point you in the right direction to have discussion with Rene and kind of work through anything that you've experienced that you're thinking is just not quite right.
Yeah.
Also, phones, cell phones, computers, people taking control of computers. Let's talk a little about that too.
So we've had situations recently where members have had somebody that has said, oh, Popup scam, you got a virus. Let me log into your phone. So they have you download an app. There's one that's out there called AnyDesk. I'm sure there are others. But they basically can remote in and take control of your phone or computer if you download this app. Well, once they're in your computer, they're probably planting a virus. They may try to get into your home banking to see what's going on there. They may try to look at any other financial institutions that you have accounts with that you do online banking, credit cards, etc. So once they have control of your phone, who knows what they are capable of doing. So it's very important that you, number one, don't let somebody get access to your phone that way or computer, because they can do a lot of damage. They can act like they're you in home banking. They can take over your phone and answer text messages on your behalf. So please always remember that keeping that information confidential to yourself is important. Don't let somebody take over your computer or your phone. If that happens, turn off the phone, turn off the computer, stop by a branch, and the girls can teller line can have you talk to me. But it's very important to understand that protecting yourself starts with you. We're here to help you if something happens, but it's most important that you protect your confidential information to make sure that your account stays safe.
Right. And one other thing to be aware of is a lot of times, there's a lot of fraudulent scams that are coming through via phone call. People are making phone calls and trying to collect account information, personal data, so they can steal your identity. And oftentimes it's the elderly that are really falling victim to that. We see that a lot.
Right.
So one of the things Rene and I were talking earlier is there's a security feature on cell phones where you can actually block incoming calls that are from somebody that is not on your contact list, or someone that you have not recently spoken with on the phone, any kind of call you've made. So we were researching kind of the method on how to stop those calls from even coming in. We're going to include that information in our Facebook post. We'll edit this post and add some data in there about where you can go on your cell phone and you can block those incoming calls that are probably not ones you want to receive to begin with.
Right. And it's okay to not answer the phone. Unfortunately, the technology in place, phones, computers, we are constantly barraged by attacks of people wanting to call us and talk to us. And sometimes they're scams, sometimes they're, real doctor's offices that you need to talk to. But if it's a real person, a real office that needs to talk to you, they're going to leave you a message and you can call them back. But it's so hard for people to ignore that ringing phone. But for most people, if you don't know who they are, the number doesn't appear familiar to you, or if it says unknown, let it go to voicemail. Chances are, if it's not legitimate, they're not going to leave you a voicemail. Mm-hmm. Sometimes even the ones that are not legitimate leave you voicemails, but make sure you understand that you can control some of that by just not answering the phone constantly.
Right. Okay. Well, we hope that gave you all some good information this morning. As always, if you ever have questions, you reach out to us. We're happy to help you through any kind of issue that you're going through that might involve some ID theft. Rene is here to help you. And if you have any specific questions that you are comfortable with posting in the comments on this Facebook post, you are welcome to do that, and we will get back to you with an answer. Any final thoughts that you have today?
Nope, just stay safe and watch out for your friends and family who may also fall victim to scams. It's always a good idea to share what information you know with others, because if you've been victimized, you're a voice to help stop somebody else from being a victim. So please make sure that you share that information. And if you're not sure how to share that information, reach out and I'll be happy to give you some tools.
Perfect. Well, we wish you all a happy Thursday. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Bye.
Bye.